Hello and welcome to another session on the topic of pointers for the subject of Introduction to Programming using C. In this session, we will be discussing about pointers and structures, pointers and functions. A function will be receiving pointers as its arguments, which is called call by pointers. A function can also return a pointer. These things will be discussed in our today's session. Now, looking at the screen, it talks about structure reference by a pointer. Initially, the name of the structure is student, name, role and marks are its three variables. Now, the void main section says declare a structure variable S of pointer category, shown by the highlighted green statement. Now, highlighted gray statement. Now, looking at the highlighted green statement, it says by using malloc function allocate memory to S or the pointer S. Now, after allocating the memory, name, role and marks are required to be processed for the structure student. Now, by using arrow operator instead of using dot operator, which is shown in the highlighted yellow section of the program, it says that process name, role and marks or ask for the value of name, role and marks from the user for structure variable S. And again the printf statement says that display the content of name, role and marks for structure variable S. Arrow operator is being used because the structure variable S was of pointer category. Further in the program, it says free the memory location which is pointed by structure variable S, and program gets over. So let's discuss another program on call by pointer. Now, looking at the screen, it says that void display is a function and integer pointer n is the parameter. A function display is having a pointer parameter. Now, that pointer star n is changing the content of whatever address it's given to the pointer n. In this program, it says, looking at the void main, it says declare a variable x. Scanf x, this means asking value of x from user. Suppose user enters 10. Now in void main, display function is called and address of x is given to n. Star n equal to 100 in the function display means change the content of x to 100 because the address of x is given to pointer n. Now in the void main, if we look at the statement of printf which says value of x, on the screen 100 will be displayed because the pointer changed the content of x in the function display. Now let's see another program in detail. Again, call by pointer function. Function is swap. It is having two pointers as its argument. By using temporary variable t, the contents of a and b are changed. By meaning of contents of a and b, the address where a and b are pointing, the content of those address will be changed by using temporary variable t. Looking at the void main, it says declare two variable I and j. Scanf I, suppose 11, scanf j, suppose 23 is entered. Now the swap function is called from void main. Swap and I and j means give the address of I to a, give the address of j to b, or make pointer a point towards I, make pointer b point towards j. As we know that swap function by using pointer will change the contents of I and j. So the new value of I will be 23 and new value of j will be 11. The data of I and j was changed because pointer a and pointer b were pointing towards I and j addresses. So pointer a and pointer b were working with the original data or were working on the location where the contents of I and j were stored. Now let's see another program. This program says that a function can also have a pointer of a structure variable. Now, looking at the program, a struct student is created, name and marks are two variables in it. Looking at the void main, struct student s says declare a structure variable, get s dot name means ask the value of name from user for s. Scanf s dot marks means ask the value of marks from user. Now display function is called, and address of S is given to structure variable S1 which is of pointer category, or we can say that void display function is having a structure variable S1 which is of pointer category, and S1 is pointing towards S. Now S1 arrow name and S1 arrow marks will be displaying the contents of S only. So in this way, a structure variable S1 which is an argument of function display is made to point towards structure variable S, and S1 arrow name and S1 arrow marks means displaying of contents or processing of contents of structure variable S only, because S1 is pointing towards structure variable S. Now comes the last program of today's session. It says that function can also return a pointer. Looking at the highlighted yellow section, it says that add is the name of the function, and instead of having a return type of void, it is having a return type of int pointer. Add function is also having two pointers as its arguments. They are a and b. Now looking at the body of the add function, it says declare a pointer sum. Star sum is equal to star a plus b means add the contents of a and b and store it in the pointer sum. Return sum means return the address where the sum has stored the addition or the sum of a and b. Now let's look at the void main. It says we declare two variables I and j, okay. Declare a pointer variable r, okay. Scanf I suppose 11, scanf j suppose 20 is entered. R is equal to add and I comma and j means calling of function add. Now and I means a pointer a which is shown by a yellow or by a blue arrow. Pointer a will point towards I, and j means pointer b will point towards j, and star sum is equal to star a plus b means star sum is equal to 11 plus 20 which is 31, and 31 will be stored in memory and some pointer will be pointing towards 31. Now the red arrow says that return the address where sum is pointing towards, that is the location where sum has stored 31. That address will be given to R, which is shown by the red arrow, and the printf statement in which it is written star R will be displaying 31 on the screen. So one basic rule, if you write simple R, this means we are talking about the address. If we write star R, we talk about the data which is stored at the address which is pointed by pointer R. So this finishes our session for today. Thank you very much for being part of this session.